forget to do this every week, please like and subscribe.
Oh.
And maybe George can put this at the damn beginning.
You know, I look up to Diddy. Man, got away with a lot.
Please don't start the episode like that.
Welcome back to the episode. It has been a quite eventful week, to say the least.
To say the least.
I will start this off by saying, on behalf of my black friend here and all black men, all black women owe you an apology.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say that out loud.
But why specifically do they?
Because you know that y'all don't give a fuck, right? Black man, just like every other man, ain't shit, right? But y'all, 76% of y'all actually voted in favor of Kamala Harris to help protect your queens.
Kamala.
Yeah, she didn't win.
so we don't gotta see her name.
I gotta learn it.
Okay. Fair enough.
But you know, y'all voted in favor in order to help protect y'all women, and it was shown.
Yeah.
Right. Latinos, on the other hand, we got to do some work behind closed doors.
But it's a black woman somewhere right now
and open borders.
It's a black woman right now somewhere saying they failed again. Still can't protect us. Because sure enough, fucking Trump won.
Well, to be fair, that's just a story of y'all life. Y'all try hard to protect y'all women, and to the white man, you always lose.
Wow. That's actually crazy considering what we're talking about today.
What are we talking about?
Well, there's a text going around that says you've been selected.
I haven't.
I'll just let the video kind of tell us for itself because George is going crazy right now.
It's been a good week.
Yeah, I see clearly.
Thousands of Black Americans across at least 16 states. And those here in Illinois tell me they worry physical violence could be next.
It says, good morning. You have been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation.
Teresa Aguda woke up to this message the morning after Election Day. It says she can expect, quote, executive slaves to pick her up and take her to a plantation.
I said, well, you know what? They come here, I got something for them. I don't think I'm just finna up and jump and just go and get, that's not gonna happen.
Scores of these texts have Black Americans on edge in states like Georgia, North Carolina, Texas, Virginia, Alabama, Louisiana, and now here at home. Some messages were specific to the person.
They actually said my first and last name. It got as detailed as them saying, like, once you arrive to the plantation, you'll be patted down.
TextNow.com, a phone service that allows people to create phone numbers for free, says that one or more of our accounts was used to send text messages in violation of our terms of service. Officials here nationwide are condemning the messages.
Can you imagine, like, creating a text service and then people hijack it to send out, yo, y'all gonna pick cotton tomorrow, niggas? Like, what would WhatsApp do? They'd probably be like, oh, that's fine.
Hey, we just created it. Like, what you do with it is all y'all.
Not our business. Everything's encrypted, though, so you don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Damn.
So how do you feel about this? Especially the day after of Trump's, obviously, victory over women.
Bruh, people are just too creative. Like, y'all literally took the time out.
They had this idea months ago.
You had people's names. Like, how did you
figure that out? How do you? Well, you know, also the problem is we've all been getting text messages for months
nonstop,
now, right?
It's probably the same people who worked the polls for Trump and Kamala.
They got everybody's names. You were getting personal text messages, right?
Yes.
Larry, we saw you voted in 2020. Are you looking to vote again in 2024?
Yes.
Our shit is already out there.
Yes.
So for somebody to be like, hey, I can find anybody's number and who's the name attached to that number and then send it, come on.
That's too easy.
It was already happening. Yeah. It just wasn't racist. Now they just made it racist.
Some of them was kind of crazy, actually. I saw, like, this dude sent me, like, a video of himself and, like, hey, Larry, I'm down.
I got one of those too.
I'm like, bro.
But I'm one of those paranoid people where I'm like, if I watch this full video, I've now downloaded a virus in my phone. So like I started the video and I'm like, I can't finish this.
Nah. I didn't even click that shit. I'm like, I'm not watching another video of some random man trying to talk to me. This is crazy. I'm good. I don't care where you are. I don't care what you're doing. I don't need to talk to you. But yeah, no, I'm insulted. Like, I don't know how these people thought that this shit would be funny because it's not funny. I mean, maybe to some people like you it's funny, but like people who don't take shit seriously, like if everything's a joke, sure, like it's funny, but like the day after, people are up in arms already about the results, so they're pissed. And then you send this text message saying y'all going to the plantation. First of all, the dead giveaway that this was bullshit is that they said you're picking up in a brown van. Everybody know kidnappers drive white vans.
100%. Brown is too noticeable.
Shout out to Jared from Subway. You already know. You already know. Like they pull up in a white van, you got a problem. Or even like, what were they driving in? They weren't driving any vans and Get Out. They were just grabbing motherfuckers by the necks and putting them in the cars.
Yeah, any car.
Bro,
like an SUV.
They see the problem is America has given white people too many ideas with all these crazy ass movies. And now they're like, man, fuck it. Let's just wage psychological warfare with these text messages. And some nigga somewhere is too stupid to realize, oh, this is a joke.
Now, have you heard the theory that the text messages were sent by Democrats in order to paint a bad picture or a worse picture on like Republicans and being like, you see what happens when Trump gets voted in? Already they're getting text messages in order to make it so much worse, right? Now, this is the result of Trump winning.
So they want us to be emotionally charged 4 years in advance for the next election. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but also it's not hard to believe. If you go on any comment section, like of any political outlet, news outlet, whatever, if there's a woman talking, bro, they're going crazy in the comment section.
Yeah, we be wilding.
Bro, I watch Breaking Points sometimes, and that's like supposed to be like kind of like non-biased, unbiased, whatever you want to call it, political news outlet. Crystal Ball is, I don't know, crazy name. Crystal Ball.
That's a person?
Crystal Ball. She is more Democratic leaning, and her counterpart Sagar is Republican. But if you look in the comments while she's talking, even like live chats, people are like, hey, Crystal, let me give you a massage. Like, oh, Crystal Cope. And they're just like going, I'm not going to say some of the other shit they be saying, but you can imagine. Sure. Like, I'm like, bro, like, this is the freedom of speech that y'all wanted to fight for so bad. To just say, let me stick my finger in your ass, Crystal. Be for real, bro. We didn't need this.
Is it pink? That's the fucking crazy comment.
Is it pink? Wow.
I've seen that one.
George.
I've seen that one.
I'm sure you have.
But no, when you told me about it, I hadn't heard about it yet because obviously, again, I wasn't selected. This wasn't...
You going to the other field.
Yeah, we're getting sent home. Pack your bags. The deportation starts today. I'm actually surprised that hasn't been sent out.
How the fuck is that?
It's because too many of the Latinos voted for Trump. They probably had that shit locked and ready to go too.
Right.
But then when they was like, oh shit, we actually got a lot of Latin votes.
Delete that one.
Don't send it out. We're good. Don't send it out. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, bro. I'm surprised. Like, how is it that we only getting? How are y'all not getting the ICE is at your door in 15 minutes? Be prepared to go. Like, where is that text message,
bro? I still don't. I can't wrap my head around the like Latinos for Trump. The Cubans.
You knew that was coming.
I've known that for a minute.
Yeah,
like from the 4th of July one, which was actually more the Sundown Town episode. Yeah. I talked about it. Yeah. My most American experience on 4th of July was with Cubans. Yeah. Because they're like guns, flag, you know what I mean? Like, this is America, this is freedom. They have very much white man ideologies. So that wasn't a surprise. The things that doesn't make sense to me are like Dominicans, Mexicans that vote for the man that's advocating for deportation. But my theory is I think the people that the Mexicans and the Dominicans that voted for Trump, like I told you, is they're like, dog, it took me 10 years to get to this country. Now we got open borders? No. Close the fucking borders.
How you gonna be selfish like that with your own people?
Hey, I had to fucking go through it. Y'all gotta go through it.
You know what they call that in the black community? The crabs in a barrel mentality. It's like, oh, black people see each other doing successful and then they try to pull each other down so that they're not better than you.
Hey, it's happening over here, man.
Oh, okay.
But Puerto Ricans, we got legal status. So, okay. So we're okay.
Barely.
We might be garbage.
Y'all are territory.
But we're legal garbage.
Y'all are a territory. Do Puerto Ricans get to vote?
I don't think so. Not in Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
here,
not in Puerto Rico. Yeah, that's crazy, actually. Damn. Yeah. So he could say that makes the joke even more genius, honestly. Like, as fucked up as it was, he could say that about Puerto Rico. And
they just got to be over there angry, texting the people that are here, you got to vote against them.
Bro, like, yo, can you imagine, like, being Tony and then going back to visit after making that kind of joke.
How do you visit
somewhere he regularly vacations? Apparently, he's getting dragged to hell.
Yeah,
somebody gonna stab him up in an alley.
Yeah, there's no way he's stepping foot on there.
Nah.
And it's cool.
Hell,
there's no way.
Using cool and Puerto Rico in the same sentence is an oxymoron, actually. Because when you get off the boat in San Juan, you can see the fucking heat.
The little humidity.
Yeah, little waves in the air.
They're going to be waiting for him in the fucking strip with a machete, bro. Ready for tell another joke.
Yo, Tony's trash. But nah, like I hope that like this doesn't lead to what I've been seeing on the internet, which is like if you go on like the Twitter spaces and stuff like that, there's these like groups of white men talking about taking America back. And once Trump is in office, they're going to like forcibly remove people from their houses and put them out of the country. Yeah. I'm like, all right, we started with a text message. Hee hee ha ha. Where does it go from here?
Right. Cause you gotta elevate it.
Yeah. You can, this was a banger off the rip. They won. We got a plantation.
Right, come on, we're setting the
bar.
The bar.
Yeah, facts.
You guys got to do something else now. We got 4 years.
They don't got no capitals to riot, so let me think. They gonna burn all the Popeyes down.
Bro, I love the amount of people like just like yourself. I do see a lot of like political websites and everything like that, and like news stuff. Anytime like a Democrat is like, "Oh, y'all want to talk about this, and that? Let's talk about January 6th."
Yeah.
They'd be like, there's no need to talk about that.
It didn't happen.
It was like, they'd be like, that was only some of us.
Right.
We didn't all go. Yeah, it was a little out of the way for some of y'all. But.
They kept calling it like a peaceful protest. I'm like, yo.
Do you see pictures from that day?
Like, what are you talking about? People were getting shot in the head.
My favorite is the dude that was climbing up the wall next to the stairs.
Yeah.
But he was an old fuck, so he couldn't really make it all the way and ends up dropping halfway up. But I'm like, why are we climbing the wall? The stairs are right there. And clearly you're too old to fucking do it.
What the hell?
Yeah. I'm telling you, these are those kind of gun owners.
Right.
Not all of them. You got to know those kind of gun owners where they're like in their head, it's time for war. Right. And war means I climb up walls.
Too much Call of Duty.
Yeah. It's like now they're Rambo, right? I got to hide in the trees.
Ain't no Omni movement in real life, bro. You getting popped.
So that's why his idea was like, hey, you stairs during war.
Oh my God. Yeah. They don't make sense to him. You siege the Capitol. That means you go over or through walls. You don't go through the door. What kind of pussy are you?
Fuck. There was something I was going to bring up, but have you heard about the to step away from the text messages? Yeah. The fucking her body, my choice is now trending on Twitter.
Her body, my choice?
Her body, my choice is trending on Twitter. Yeah.
They keep let me not say they, because I am a man. We keep making ourselves look like.
That's such an insane fucking thing to say.
Just say you're a rapist without saying it. Like,
your body, my choice is
that's insane. Like the Bill Cosby, either we fucking or I'm fucking.
Yeah, right. Bro, have you seen Woman of the Hour on Netflix?
I did.
Right. So I just watched it.
Wild.
I don't know how women date anybody.
With stuff like that, right?
How do you not? How do you just date a man you don't know?
This is why they choose the bear in the forest.
I guess. It makes sense. I watched that movie and I'm like, this guy's, yes, a serial killer for sure. We've seen it. He rapes and kills women, blah, blah, blah. She just went on a date with him because you don't know him.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do women do it, dog?
Bro.
Y'all got to be strapped up and ready to go at all times.
When he said, first of all, the movie was disturbing as all hell. But when he said, I'm going to bash your fucking head.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that sent chills down my spine. I was
and then when she looked back, he's just like.
Just smiling. And then.
Yeah, like, I didn't say nothing.
But that's the reality for so many people, or women specifically. But yeah, like men obviously go through it, but women have it on a level where it's like, Dave Chappelle had a perfect joke about it, actually. He was talking about how when he got paid for his first gig, he had like, I don't know, like $500 or $1,000 in cash or something on him. And he's walking around, he's paranoid as hell because he's like, yo, I got all this money, I can get robbed.
Yeah.
Imagine if I had a pussy. Like, yeah, you're in danger 24/7, bro.
100%. And, like, obviously we've said it before, it's not all men.
Yeah.
But all men are capable of violence. We just, it's not all men that will do it.
Right.
But for guys that are like, no, I don't think that all men are like that. Tell me as a man, you don't meet another man and you don't size them up.
You have to.
100%. Because at any point we might fight.
Yeah.
We might have to go to the death. We are always ready to die.
Facts.
So you telling me that when you meet another man and you're always ready to maybe fight that guy, women should not always be ready to
They ready to run
at all times.
Yo, they share their locations when they go out for dates.
But I don't know. Don't go on like that's just crazy to go on a date alone on a guy like blind dates. How do you know blind date?
Well, I mean, I can't ask you this because you have no fucking experience with dating whatsoever. But like as a guy, you go out on a date and 2 girls show up. Either you're excited or you're like, what the hell is happening? I'm not paying for both of you.
Yeah, no. She's paying for herself. But if she's like, yeah, she's just going to sit on the side, while we hang out and just be here, I'll be cool with that, honestly.
Nah.
She's paying for herself again. I'm not paying for that bitch's food.
Bruh, there's too many dudes who are like perverts. Like they're going to be like, oh yeah, she gonna watch all night if you want to. Yeah, like she watches eat. She can watch me eat. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy. Yeah. Too many dudes are wild as hell. I wouldn't even be comfortable trying to get to know a girl and her girlfriend sitting right there. Because how some women like are super overprotective. And like every time you say something,
Oh no, she can't be right there. That's that's not what I'm thinking. Like we're sitting next to each other.
Okay.
She has to be across the bar. She can be doing whatever she's doing, but she's not listening to us. We're not hanging out.
What is she, a security guard?
Just be over there, just so that her friend knows that she's cool. Like I'm okay with that.
Is everything okay?
We have some.
You showed up to our date with your buddy.
Oh, okay. Well,
what the fuck are you on, Larry?
Exactly.
first of all,
he's
all
like,
right.
that's weird. But you showed up to your first date with your now wife.
Yeah, we have somebody in the audience who clearly is trying to put me on the spot. When on my first date with my now wife. First of all, let me just lay the picture so people don't think I'm a psycho. Right.
It's actually the way I think about it. It's starting to crazy. It's
starting to look crazy. But let me just paint the picture. So I meet her over on Bumble, and like we're chatting, whatever. I got her rizzed up. She ready to go. She ready to do whatever now at this point. And she's like, oh, I can't hang out tonight, but maybe another night or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. So me and my cousin, we go to the gym, and after the gym, she hits me up, but I'm like getting ready because we're about to go out. Like, we had plans, boys being boys, we about to hit the town. She hits me up. She's like, oh, I'm free now, basically. Like if you want to do something, but she put me on the spot. So I'm like, all right, like, I don't know where we're going. I don't have anything planned. This is a last minute Hail Mary. So he and I both go to the place where I tell her to meet me.
I gotcha.
Now
makes a little more sense when you say it.
Yes, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's last minute. I'm calling an audible.
It's her fault.
Exactly. But she don't want to take accountability. Yeah. So turns out that my cousin, for whatever reason, is in here drunk. Maybe like after the first 2 drinks. And then while she and I are talking for hours, he keep popping in like, yeah. What's going on? Yo. And then like at some point he was talking to somebody and they gave him like free concert tickets, but the concert was like happening at that moment. So he came back and he was like, yo, hilarious. I got tickets. Y'all want to go? I'm like, bro, please just let me finish the Riz and then we can talk later, bro. Like you're killing my whole swag right now.
All right. So that does make more sense.
Thank you. I'm not a psycho.
It wasn't like, yo, bro, I'm going on a date with this girl.
Come with me.
Can you come along?
Like what? I can beat her by myself. What is your need help? Yeah, what the fuck? I'm 230, bro.
Yeah, bro, that's funny. It does make more sense. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to it. If I was going to a date and she's like, is it cool because I don't know you, we haven't met, but I would like to, that my friend tags along. She's not going to sit with us. She's going to be doing her own thing.
Yes.
I'd be like, yeah, that's fine.
I wouldn't mind that, actually. I could see that being, and I would get it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you want to be safe.
For the guy that's like, what the fuck? No, don't bring her.
Yeah.
That's weird. You don't trust me?
Yeah.
That guy has to be watched.
And he's actually waiting for his direct deposit.
That guy voted for Trump.
He's like, yeah, no, we're not doing
He's waiting for the direct deposit.
He's like, we're not doing that. No. I budgeted for $65 and I have a $10 tip just in case. So an extra person here is going to put me over budget.
Budgeting the tip is crazy.
Yeah, yo, but I would like to see a documentary on a woman who's like a serial killer.
It was The Woman Monster. Have you seen it?
I haven't, but I imagine it's way easier for women.
Well, she's a serial killer that kills men.
Yeah, I could see that.
But it's a little like, you get it. The way that the story is told in the movie.
Hold on, what do you mean you get it? Are you a man hater?
It paints men in a very bad image in that movie.
Okay.
Where it's like, okay, for her to be a serial killer and kill men, I understand where she's coming from. So it's a very sympathetic towards her in that movie.
You're justifying her murdering people.
That's what the movie did.
No, that's
not what
you said. You said you get it.
No,
it's like you're okay with it.
When you watch the movie, they want you to be like, I get it.
Oh, okay.
They want you to understand why she killed men and sympathize with her and not see her as the bad guy in that movie, which is a problem. She's a serial killer. Just because it's killing guys doesn't make her less of a serial killer.
So it wasn't even like a horror or slasher. It was more like
if you're not feeling bad for the guys that get killed,
a Disney movie. It's like Brave or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's very female empowerment.
Okay.
Where she's a serial killer.
Got it.
So that's that movie.
No, but I imagine it would be easier for women to do that because men were, number one, not looking at them as like threats off the bat.
Yeah.
And then most guys, and we get a little graphic here, but after they do the deed, most dudes just turn over and go to bed. All she got to do is stab you in your sleep, and that's it.
You're done.
Like,
so here's a little message, guys. If she ain't sleeping over, get her out and then go to sleep.
Facts. And put the alarm on.
Don't trust these hoes.
No, facts. But speaking of serial killer women, you sent me something about this 4B thing.
Yeah, so the 4B movement, which I saw like a flood on TikTok primarily after Trump's, victory.
Which explains a lot about you because I've only gotten educational stuff. I've never seen what
I get like
about.
Bullshit. But basically the 4B movement is that women need to punish men, right? Punish them in they don't get to talk to you anymore. They don't get to be around women, ignore them, isolate them, have nothing to do with men. They didn't vote for us. They don't care about us. So ignore them as much as possible.
Right.
But it's getting too extreme to the point where a lot of these women are asking married women to divorce their husbands and women with boyfriends to break up with their husbands because all men need to be punished.
I saw, and correct me if I'm wrong, this originated in South Korea.
I think so.
I think I saw that the women there were being treated so poorly that they ultimately just decided to stop having kids altogether, stop dating men, stop sleeping with them.
Yeah.
And now South Korea is in like a crisis because they have no kids like being born. And there's like kindergarten classrooms being shut down because there's not enough kids. And they're like, we could actually be getting wiped out of existence.
But the story behind the 4B movement starting in South Korea, like if you hear about the stories that were happening, like women had zero rights, like full-blown zero rights. They were getting beat by their husbands and the cops would not give a fuck. They were being murdered by their husbands and cops would not give a fuck. They were literally getting, like, anything can happen to a woman. They're not being believed.
Wow.
So men are just getting away with shit in South Korea. That's where that started off, right? So now we have Trump who won over here and now women are like, our turn.
Yeah.
A bit extreme. That's a big jump.
Well, is it though?
Yeah, because what's going to happen, right, is you're going to ignore all men, right? The ones that voted for Trump are just going to go to Trump women.
But see, you're missing it because it's the game within the game, bro. These women that are talking, they just want the Trump women to stop sleeping with their husbands.
That's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
And what? They didn't vote with you. They're not going to leave their man for you.
They didn't have a choice because these women, I imagine, are living in these traditional worlds, mindset, households.
And you think that if they see a TikTok that tells them to break up or leave their man,
yes,
they're going to be like, I guess I'll do it.
Social media can be heavily influential as far as women are concerned. All you gotta do is look on TikTok and look up trad wife. Now everybody wants to bake cookies from scratch using like organic fucking materials.
My husband wanted chocolate, so I started growing some, and I'll have to dry it out. He'll have it in a month and a half.
I have to harvest the cocoa beans. I'm like, bro, this is a lot.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
woman, you need an award. This is next level.
But yeah, so that's the 4B movement. Is just punishing men.
I mean, but we already are going through that. Like, if you can look up any study, men are already not having sex at like record pace more women are in relationships than men, which is like, how is that even possible? And
with each other?
Yeah, exactly. Because they're dating each other. They're choosing not to even date men. They're dating each other. And then they're dating older men. So young men are just getting left by the wayside entirely. So they've already been punishing men as a whole for the last decade. New.
You just label
like, it. It's the 4B. No, I think this was like normal everyday life.
Yep. So, hey, good luck, guys. I'm married and I'm happy.
I was having a conversation with my wife on the way over here, and we were talking about how, like, in the event that she had complications, God forbid, like with us trying to have kids, like, if we ended up in a place where, like, abortion was banned or whatever, she told me, and I haven't fact checked this yet, but she's one of the smartest people I know, so I'm going to take her word for it. What a grain of salt.
Show she is in the room.
Yes, thank you. Transcriber. If you can't have an abortion in your state and you travel to another state
where it's legal,
the doctor could be, could lose their license, be sued, and then you could be like fined or whatever. Yeah. That's true. You've heard that?
Yeah, I've heard that as well. Because it started in Texas, where Texas was like illegal, and then women were leaving Texas to go get abortions elsewhere. And when they found out about that, they put that law in place where it's like, now you get fined and you can even do jail time for doing that if you're a citizen of Texas where it's illegal.
Wow. So we have to move to have surgery. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's happening.
But like the people that hear that, do you think that they realize that this sounds insane? Like, y'all are not okay with abortions because you're killing babies. Yeah. Okay. But you don't mind these school shooters every 30 minutes taking out 25 of them?
Well, they're not babies.
Like what? Like what? No, because they're not going into like
the logic. There's no logic ICU? There's absolutely no logic there. That argument I've heard for years. In 2016, I wonder who was president around that time, where the anti-abortion thing really came into play. Right. The argument has always been like, so what? You care enough for the baby to be born, but once it's born, you don't care anymore. Yeah. Right. It's like, because these are the same people that want to remove like any kind of government assistance to help like give money to single mom to feed the kid. No, take that all away. We just want to make sure you give birth. Then fuck you and the kid.
No, and it couldn't be more obvious than looking at the two candidates that were able to vote for. Kamala was talking about giving tax credits for people who have kids or newborns, right? Trump was talking about what? Building a wall. Which one of those are beneficial to families in an immediate sense?
I would say
the wall for sure, right? Yeah.
Close those borders.
Yeah, because they're taking all of our kids and jobs.
Clearly.
Jesus, man.
So yeah, another thing, the right did it when Biden won.
Okay.
The election was stolen.
Yeah.
Right. We heard that 1,000 times.
Don't even get me started with this shit.
Now that it's Trump that won, all I'm hearing is Democrats saying, well, there's something fishy here.
Are you really hearing that?
I'm like, we can't be doing the same shit. Don't start this shit. Because now they're like, oh, do you know who was using the data to collect the votes? Elon Musk's internet. And they're like, oh, well, Elon Musk was on the side of Trump. Right. So, and apparently, I think Joe Rogan said this, that he was with Dana White, who was also on the side of Trump and is friends with all those people, knew that Trump won 4 hours before it was called because he had the data that was being collected live. And Joe was like, what the fuck did you get the data for that? That you knew who was being called 4 hours before it was like who won 4 hours before? Because Elon had the software that was collecting the votes.
Wow.
So the theory is that Elon can easily manipulate the votes because he's the one collecting them and then sending it to wherever it needs to be sent.
Do you think that's bullshit?
See, the thing about good conspiracy theories is it's always a little believable.
I wouldn't find it impossible for Trump to win as far as like electoral college and all of that stuff. I could see that happening because I can feel it. Like you go into any space on social media or like whatever, like watch interviews, everybody's on the fence. And if people are on the fence against Trump, he has the upper hand.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this situation and I'm thinking to myself, if Trump is neck and neck and he has these billionaires behind him, bro, anything's possible.
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, it's not impossible, but it sounds too alike with the 2020 Republicans saying that it was rigged, right? Now Trump wins and it's like, now it's the Democratic side saying it was rigged. And I'm like, it's exhausting.
Trump won the popular vote in addition to the electoral college by like 4 or 5 million.
Yeah.
That to me is.
But then another thing that's also coming in is apparently a ridiculous amount of like mailed in ballots weren't ever even counted. My coworker mailed hers in, and when she texts the status, it just says shipped.
And she never got an update. Wow. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. They were setting mailboxes and shit on fire.
Right.
Ballot boxes setting on fire.
So who fucking knows where that is?
Yeah. And I'll say this, like Elon Musk, I think, is an underrated person just in American history as a whole.
And he's not even American, isn't he?
He's actually South African.
Yeah. So whenever people start getting deported,
Bruh.
he might be on that boat.
Yeah, I doubt it. How, like, we can't even fathom the amount of money he has.
Yeah.
Do we really think it's impossible? Like he openly cheated. He was telling people he would give them money to collect Trump votes.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
So him skewing data, this is probably the least of our worries. The man is behind the strings, like he's a villain on Baldur's Gate or something at this point.
I mean, he's trying to get fucking Neuralink figured out.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we're all getting chipped.
Bro, we gonna be in here sitting like vegetables by the time he done. He gonna like hijack our brains and all kind of shit. We're going down a rabbit hole. This is crazy.
Yeah. Really get in there. It's so easy.
Oh, facts.
But do you have any messages that you would like to put out there to women, black women, and just women in general? From a strong black man? Yeah,
actually, if we're gonna do this, because we know like there's only like 6 black women who watch this show. 2 of them are probably in the room right now. Nobody's coming to save us. Like it's on us to step up and take control of our future. And Michelle Obama, maybe it's time to come out of retirement and put your presidential suit and boots on, because if we're gonna get a woman in the office as president, it ain't gonna be Hillary. And who will be the next in line? Oprah? No, right? I can't see it unless you give everybody a car.
Shit, I vote for her.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think the next woman that runs for president, it needs to being less about the fact that she's a woman running and just be more about the policies and the shit that you're advocating for.
Kamala had the policies, though.
Yeah, but it's so much of it was like, I'm a woman. Like, to your point, before we started recording, Obama getting on stage and be like, black men need to get out there and vote for a woman. Don't be afraid to vote for a woman. Yeah. It was all like woman.
Yeah.
That can't be the case in the next one. Just let it be a person who's running for president. Once you start being like, you have to vote for me because you owe women something, throw that shit out the fucking window. We're right back where we started.
The funny thing is, like, if it's true that those men who voted for Trump just hate women, calling them out on it isn't going to make them go backwards. No. Like, if anything, it's going to make them get defensive and vote twice.
Yes.
Like, so, yeah, don't call it out. Just focus on the things that maybe they want to hear. Like, yo, you can sleep with your sister if you want to. So we're going to give y'all farm tax credits.
I don't remember much because we were younger. But when Obama was running, obviously everybody knew, or we might have the first black president.
Yeah.
But was a big talking point, hey, vote for me because I'm black? Or was it just like, oh, he's also black?
No, the thing that Obama won on was being different. He was the hope, the change.
The change.
Yeah. So, and I think that's Trump kind of hijacked his shit because he did basically the same thing, but in reverse. He's like, yo, we
change it back.
Yeah, we changing it back. Like, we're going backwards, not forward. Yeah. He did his thing though.
So, I mean, that's the point I was making with that, is like, let it be a thing that's happening. but don't let it be the thing for the votes. Like it's damaging.
But I think also that's why y'all just be annoyed with black people in general, is because we always shouting out our blackness.
Yeah,
and y'all be like, Jesus.
Here we go again. We
like,
know.
They know. Couldn't tell.
I said it last week.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think it's possible to be a candidate of color and not call your cultural heritage to the front.
But it can't be by you. You can't be on stage being like, hey, guys, guess what I am? You owe me your vote. It has to be the people in the communities that are advocating for that.
I think for the people who have tried it the way that you're saying, they've bombed completely. One thing about Asian, Andrew Yang, Vivek Ramaswamy, these are people who are not white or black. They're like Asian, Indian.
Yeah.
Basically stood no chance in running, even though they were gaining ground and making headlines here and there. Like they were trying to run as everyday Americans, but everyday Americans don't see you and think, oh yeah, I'm just like this guy.
So the only way a minority can run in office and successfully be viewed as a potential candidate is if they run as a minority.
As a minority who understands like American culture. Like, so yeah, you can be the Asian guy, but you got to win the Asians first. And you do that by not excluding like the other Americans from whatever policies and talking points that you're bringing up for the Asians. So you have to be inclusive. I don't want to use that word, but yeah, you have to be inclusive.
You don't want to use that word?
No, I don't.
You guys love that word.
Okay.
And that's where we wrap it up.
Yeah, just George getting toxic. We forget to do this every week. Please like and subscribe. And maybe George can put this at the damn beginning.
Yeah, we'll do it. Here, shoot the intro.
Hey, y'all, welcome back to the Mancave podcast. Please make sure you like and subscribe and share it with people that you love, because that's the kind of community that we're building here.
4 more years.
Okay. Yep, we're done. Thank you.